Hey makers, this is Charlotte with Makesy. Today I'm so excited to announce our collaboration with Royalty Soaps. My dear friend Katie is about to walk you through all of the amazing components that are included in this collaboration. You can shop everything at the link below, and we can't wait to hear what you think.
Today, we're just gonna have a super chill soap making session. I'm gonna be utilizing some of the ingredients and micas and fragrance from my collaboration with Makesy, but we're just gonna kind of go through the basics of soap making and have a lot of fun doing it. Now, the first and most important step when you're making soap is to have good manufacturing practices and safety procedures. So I'm gonna be putting on some arm covers and some gloves, and of course, goggles for safety. You only get one pair of eyes, so protect them. And if I was making this soap to sell, I would also be wearing a hairnet, but this is just for fun today. I really love these because you can literally wear any shirt that you have in your closet, and ta-da, now your arms are safe. Goggles on the head for now. I will put them on whenever I measure out my lye solution. Pull the gloves on all the way so that they cover the beginning of your sleeve covers. And I'm also wearing pants and closed-toed shoes just in case anything splashes. It won't, but just in case. Next step is to take our large pitcher here, place it on our scale and tear it out so that the scale says 0. Next, I'm going to measure out 52.5 ounces of the Royalty Soaps cold process soap base. Just gonna pour that in carefully. Perfect. Just gonna set this off to the side and put the cap on so I don't, accidentally knock it over. Now I'm going to heat this up until it reaches about 85 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. We are looking for the oils to be at least semi-clear. My oils have been heated up, so I'm just gonna take my spatula and just kind of run it around the corners, make sure that everything is good and incorporated and that there are no little, bits stuck to the side. Now I'm going to add some ice water into my oils. We do not add just straight 50-50 to your oils. That needs a little bit of extra water. And I'm using ice water to help keep the temperature of the soap down so that hopefully it doesn't go through gel phase and it doesn't have any cracking on the top. Whoops, okay, little spill, that's okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and dump this really cold water straight into my oils. Blob, blob, blob. Now it's time to measure out our sodium hydroxide, so I will put my goggles on, protect my little peepers, and I'm gonna place my pitcher on the scale. Now, if you're doing this for the first time at home, I would recommend pouring your lye water solution into a soap-safe container first and then pouring that into your oils, but I've been doing this a long time, so I'm just gonna pour it straight in. I'm gonna pour this in very slowly, very carefully. It is really, really, really easy to measure this out, and there are no fumes. We love to see it. 15 ounces, perfect. Now I'm gonna take this entire container off the scale, and we're gonna blend it up using our stick blender for about 10 to 15 seconds-ish. Shake my stick blender a little to get all the air bubbles out, just so that we're not incorporating air bubbles into our batter. Hands clear, and we're off to the races. My water and lye water solution are nice and incorporated now. I don't have any oils floating on top and nothing at the bottom, so we're ready to split off our soap batter and start coloring. And then I'm just gonna eyeball this because we're having fun today, so I'm not measuring it. Blah, blah, blah. I think that's about good. The fragrance that I'm using today is the Peachy Bellini and Bubbly Bliss. So I'm gonna use the tangerine color and the pearl as well. So I think about a teaspoon per jug is gonna work just perfectly. Just measure this out with my teaspoon measure and add it straight to the batter. Measure that out, add it straight to the batter. And then I am going to split my 3 ounces of fragrance between these 2 pitchers using my scale. This smells so good, you guys. I wish smell-o-vision was a thing. Just pour that right in. Perfect. And I'll pour the other half into my other container. And then I am going to blend these by hand first to see how I like the consistency. My color and fragrance have been completely incorporated, so now it is time to start pouring into our mold. So I'm just gonna remove the lid off of this 5-pound mold, and we're gonna start pouring in our soap batter. Now, I've let mine set up a little bit because I figure if this is your first time making cold process, you're probably gonna end up with a batter that's pretty thick. This is not something to be scared of. In fact, I think a thicker soap batter honestly makes a prettier swirl most of the time. Now, if you don't want to layer it in how I just did, you can do whatever you want. This is a very customizable soap design here, so I'm gonna pour the rest of this into my orange and we're just gonna swirl it together and pour it in that way. This is a very customizable soap design, so if you decide, I don't really like that layered look, well, you can blend the 2 colors together because these pitchers are big enough to hold your entire batch of soap batter. I like to take my spatula and just gently kind of swirl it into the soap like this to help eliminate any air bubbles that may be created on the sides as you're pouring a thicker batter. Okay, all of my batter is in the mold, so I'm going to take my spatula and tap it down one more time. Just kind of smoothing as I go. There will be some places that are a little taller than others, and that is not a big deal because we are putting soap frosting on this batch. If you still are worried about the air bubbles, you can always tap this down ever so gently on your table or even on the floor, but not too loud if you have, downstairs neighbors. Now you can be finished right here. This can be your final design, and if you want to do that, you can go ahead and put the lid on top to help prevent soda ash. But if you want to be like me and you want to add some soap frosting, you can check out the other video where we will pipe the soap frosting onto this soap and add the glitter. And that is it. That is how you make a whole batch of cold processed soap just like me. And if you want to follow along and make it exactly like I just did, you can check out my collaboration with Makesy at the link down below. That is where you will find all of the tools and supplies that you need. And so until next time, I hope you guys have an absolutely royal day, and bye for now.
I hope you guys loved this video. We have so much more inspirational and educational content coming your way. Thanks for watching today, and be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay in the know on all the latest makers tips and tricks. Now go make it happen.